Hey, what's up guys, Sports Card Gamble here. Panini has came up with some very interesting products over the years, and today I wanted to take a look at one that potentially could get overlooked in this sports card market. I'm talking about Panini Status. Now that product was introduced in basketball in 2017-18. It's definitely a lower end product, but it does have a pretty cool design, at least in my opinion. It definitely has some nice chase cards to it too, so I just wanted to take a look at the product and take a look at 9 interesting facts that you might not have known about the product.
9.
If you take a look at least 1920 Status, if you take a look at the left side of the card, it looks like just a design there, but it's actually spells out status. So just kind of a quirky thing that I wanted to note there. A lot of people probably haven't even noticed that. I don't know if I noticed that right away, but eventually I did. Just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention.
8.
Okay, so in 2017-18, Status introduced a very unique subset that was the Draft Night Memorabilia hats. Now these patch card, they had a piece of the player's hat that they wore on draft night. So that was a pretty cool touch. They did have prime versions that were numbered to 14, 17, and 25, and those actually have very cool patches on them. A nice chunk of the logo of most of the players' teams that they're drafted by. I actually did pull one there. It unfortunately was a Zach Collins, but it's still a very cool card, and I was very shocked at that card. I didn't even know about him when I pulled that, and I just think it's a nice little touch that they had there, and especially for a good draft class 2017-18, definitely a nice touch with that subset.
7.
Okay, so on that same line, they also had a subset called the Rookie Inscriptions. Now these featured autos of some of the top rookies of that class, and they also had an inscription on the card, a short little message from the player. Nice little touch there. I believe they were unique messages, so that's pretty cool, and they were numbered to just 9, so a very tough pull and a very cool kind of touch out of a low-end product like that.
6.
Many people might not know that Status has a rare case hit parallel called the Pursuit Parallel. Now this parallel is a die cut parallel. It would normally run about 1 per case. The checklist features some of the top superstar vets and then some of the rookies as well. Yep, and wait, hold on here. Aren't these like those really sick, hard to pull inserts? You know, nice to get that option in this low-end product as well. So definitely a nice touch to get that kind of rare case hit parallel, and actually one that's pretty cool and I think was pretty sought after, although I don't think a whole lot of people know about them. Not sure about the print run. None of them are serial numbered, so that's just up to us to guess.
5.
So in 2018-19, Panini Status was only a retail product. 17-18 was offered in hobby and retail. 18-19 switched to just retail. So that included just blaster boxes, hanger boxes, and fat packs, and then kind of like a familiar pattern, Walmart, Target, they would have exclusive parallels between the two to kind of give it a chase between the stores, I guess you'd say, to collect them all.
4.
The aspirations and status parallels would work in tandem to equal 100. So for example, if an aspirations parallel had 99 copies, then the status parallel would only have 1. So kind of a interesting touch there. You don't see that too often. Kind of reminds me of the PMG, of the Jordan and all those from the 90s. I don't know a ton about that stuff, but just from what I know about it, I believe it was like 90 and 10. So yeah, kind of an interesting look there. You don't see that too often in these products. And then also, you know, a lot of people, I didn't know about that, so I mean, it's kind of an interesting touch, and it's not something that's really advertised too much either.
3.
Sticking with 2018-19, the product was released in March of 2019. Now, again, we're talking about retail only, so that only had blaster boxes, hangers, and fat packs. So the blaster boxes were still $20 at that time. Now, I found an article around that time where the hobby boxes of 2017-18 were about $40 at that time. So just a question here, you know, kind of interesting fact that you could get a hobby box for just $20 more. But also, I'm gonna ask you guys, what would you have chose at that time with the draft classes going on at that time? Would you have went for the 18-19 product, or would you spend a little more and got the hobby 17-18 product?
2.
Alright, so in 1920, Panini changed things up, and the product was only now released under the Tmall Asia version. Kind of a drastic change from Panini each year. And also, sadly, with that year, the Pursuit Parallel was died off and was not available in the Asia Tmall version.
1.
Okay guys, sticking with 1920, the Swirl Aroma parallel was introduced. Now these were one of one parallels, and if you look over the 4 different auto checklists, there was actually only 4 of these Swirl Aromas that appeared on an auto. So that's a one of one that was an autograph. Can you guys guess these 4 players? If you can, you know, that'd be pretty impressive. Take a second though, and while you're thinking about it, go down there, hit that like button and subscribe button for more videos like this coming in the future. But yeah, I don't think you guys will be able to guess it. It's kind of a random one, but it did have 2 rookies and 1 vet. Now 1 rookie was twice. So we had Cam Johnson, he was twice. We had PJ Washington 1 time, and then Larry Bird was kind of the 1 vet you could get. Some of the other vets for some of the other autos were like Curry, Durant, some of the normal Panini guys, Kobe Bryant. So I mean, it would have been nice to get a chance for those guys, but it looks like they were just gonna only give a couple rookies and a nice strong vet for the Swirl Aroma auto. So those are like really the chase cards, I guess you'd say, of the Swirl Aromas, I guess, for the 101s to get the autos. So that's it guys. Now that we've learned something about Panini Status, I mean, does that change your opinion on it? Are you gonna go try to buy some of the product or look at some of the cards? I was kind of impressed with some of the retro looks that I came across when doing research for this video, and I really do love the look of this product. It just it has that 90s retro feel that you kind of love if you were around at that time. So definitely a nice product, but let me know what you guys think about the product, if it changes your mind or if you just don't care about status. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button below. Have a good night.